Hello, it's Elizabeth Busby here, and welcome to Discerning Marriage. Today we are talking about how I know how your relationship is going to end. But before we get into it, please make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to our channel, and you click the notification bell so you are always notified anytime we drop a new Discerning Marriage episode. All right, so I know how your relationship is going to end. Are you ready? You ready for me to tell you? Your relationship is either going to end in a breakup or in marriage.
You got me, officer!
I'm obviously not knowing exactly how your particular relationship and your particular situation is going to end. I don't know if you are going to get married or break up with the person you're with. But what I can tell you is when you get into a committed relationship, your only two options are a breakup or marriage. Here is what is so significant about that. We often in our culture have taken dating as this like casual, fun pastime, right? There's this big swing, kind of pendulum swing going on in the Christian world of using the language of courting. Maybe some people even have rules around courting, but what I'm gonna say here is I care deeply because God cares deeply about your free will and about your autonomy. And I think it's important that you are able to make the choice of whether you marry or break up with the person that you're with. So whether we're using the language of courting, whether we're using the language of dating, whatever we're doing, you are intentionally discerning marriage with the person you're with, right? And you are intentionally trying to figure out if the person that you're with is going to make a good spouse for you. And if you want to marry them, if you want them to be here forever, if you want them to be the person that you wake up to every single day, if you want your kids to be tiny versions of this person running around, all the different things that marriage does for you. You are trying to figure this out. When you buy in, when we buy in, when anybody buys into this cultural phenomenon, I guess, of dating casually, of basically just like connecting casually, of sleeping with people casually, of basically just like hopping around from person to person, what you're not taking into consideration is your only options in your relationship are to get married or to break up. You can only get married to one person, only one. Breakups are terrible. I don't think anybody likes them. Even if you do it like 50 times, I don't think that anybody ever likes ending a relationship. It is painful. It is awkward. It totally disrupts your social circle. It totally disrupts your day-to-day rhythm. You have to build a new daily life, a new routine, sometimes even a new whole social circle, depending on the dynamic, right? When your life is really caught up and wrapped up with someone's and you tear that apart, there's a lot of rebuilding that has to be done, right? This is not a fun thing to do. And so what I want to encourage anybody who's watching this video and anybody in the world, if I could talk to every single person, what I would say is take this seriously. Be intentional in the way that you pursue your dating life. Do not buy into this cultural whatever garbage that you are going to enjoy your life more. You're going to have more fun. You're going to be test driving people for marriage.
But then, woman's not a car.
Don't buy into this idea that you have to shop around. That's terrible. If you are wanting to discern marriage, be intentional about the relationships that you get into. And then when you're there, intentionally go through the different things that help make a marriage succeed, right? Learn what it takes to make a healthy relationship. Learn what it takes to make a healthy marriage. And to support you in this, we created this course for you called Next Step that helps you deep dive into what it means to be intentional in your relationship. It goes into the different stages of a relationship, how to be intentional in each one of them, and how, if you do end up going through a breakup, how to do that in a way that upholds your dignity and the dignity of the person that you're with. All of the topics in Next Step are based on John Paul II's writings about preparing for marriage before you are engaged. You are going to love this course. I'm so hopeful that it's going to be helpful. It has helped hundreds of couples in the last 5 years since it's launched, and I'm so hopeful that it will be helpful for you. So the link is in the description if you want more information about Next Step. But when it comes to dating, when it comes to discerning marriage, when it comes to me knowing how your relationship is going to end, I just want to say it really takes a lot of vulnerability. If you're actually being honest and authentic with yourself, it takes a lot of vulnerability to date well, to discern marriage well, to open yourself up either to the possibility of vowing to be forever with this person or breaking up and going through all of the pain and hardship that comes with that. And I think that's a lot of the reason the culture does not like dating in its proper sense, because the vulnerability is too much. So it's easier to kind of shut your heart off and engage in things with your body. But as we know, we are body and soul as human beings. We are both. And so when you open yourself to that vulnerability, there is so much beautiful fruit that can come out of that. And it is worth all of the fear. It is worth the hardship. It is worth the difficulties that can come in an authentic relationship. Whether you call it dating, whether you call it courting, whatever you call it, being intentional with that part of your life, discerning marriage in a way that allows you to freely say, yes, I want to marry you, or no, you're not it. We're going to break up. We're going to move on. Either way, when you approach this with intentionality, when you have that courage to open yourself vulnerably to this process, there is so much beauty and fruit that can come out of that. So I'm honored to accompany you in this. I love when you guys watch these videos. I'm so excited that we now have our next step course available so I can accompany you even deeper on this path to discerning marriage. So thank you so much for being here. Until next time, stay close to the heart of Jesus and be not afraid. Bye.